Here are some more entries from Angie's 1917 diary. I've been going through the diary day by day, but since the writer goes through periods of writing really short entries for weeks, I think I'm going to start moving forward a little bit quicker and combining lots of those shorter entries together. So I probably won't stay perfectly on track with this year, but I'll go in order, and I'll make sure on days like holidays I go back and do it on this day. Alright, so we left off on January 19th. Bed all morning, up for lunch. Then she writes Joe in a couple of those little ditto marks, so I'm assuming she means Joe for lunch. Then she says read and something, all aft, meaning afternoon. I'm not sure what that word says there. Dinner, society movies, Wally, Jim, Mrs. something, read, bed, and a letter from E. Frank, that's Eleanor. Our next page is a little bit more interesting. She writes about how her brother was in a track meet. Breakfast in bed, Joe at Subway at 2, Captain Kidd Jr., mirrors, home, dinner, Marge, meet, art, 50-yard dash, bed. Here's the clipping she included from Captain Kidd Jr., the play at Cohen and Harris Theater. And here's a clipping about her brother's track meet, I'm assuming. I found it interesting that it said handicap. Here's her brother's name. It says he won first. And I'll apologize in advance because I'm about to use a term that's not politically correct anymore. But I'm assuming at the time it was. But on the bottom, she actually quotes a paragraph from the newspaper. And it says, A. Hewlett, who's her brother, a midget, scored on the 50-yard dash for the little fellows. He is a wee little bit of a fellow, but he surely did move along the boards in famous style. I actually did not figure out what that word said for a really long time. And when I went back to read it, that's when I realized, because she makes her M's upside down, it can be really difficult to read. But now, the fact that the race was labeled handicap makes sense. I was only ever able to find a couple of photos of Arthur, and none of them really help us figure out if he had some form of dwarfism. But he did die young of a heart attack at age 49. And he actually has some pretty tough medical issues coming up in the diary itself in the next few days. So it's very possible.